the realm of philosophical thought, few comparisons are as intriguing as that between Abdul Rahman al-Sa'di, the influential Islamic scholar of the 20th century, and Friedrich Nietzsche, the controversial German philosopher of the 19th century. Both thinkers have left indelible marks on their respective traditions and continue to shape discussions about ethics, morality, and the human condition. By examining their key ideas, influences, and lasting impacts, we will attempt to evaluate their contributions to human thought and well-being. Abdul Rahman al-Sa'di was born in Unaiza, Saudi Arabia in 1889. Despite losing both parents at a young age, he devoted himself to Islamic studies, becoming proficient in various religious sciences. Al-Sa'di's teachings emphasized monotheism, adherence to Islamic law, and the cultivation of moral virtues. He played a significant role in shaping modern Salafi thought and had a lasting influence on Islamic education. Friedrich Nietzsche, born in Recken, Prussia in 1844, was a philosopher and cultural critic whose ideas have profoundly influenced Western philosophy. Nietzsche's key ideas include the death of God, the will to power, and the concept of the Übermensch. His philosophy has been both praised for its life-affirming qualities and criticized for its potential misuse in nihilistic or authoritarian ideologies. Abdul Rahman al-Sa'di's philosophy is rooted in Islamic theology and ethics. At its core is the concept of Tawhid, the absolute oneness of God. Al-Sa'di emphasized that true understanding and implementation of Tawhid led to spiritual and moral excellence. He advocated for a balanced approach to interpreting Islamic texts, combining literal understanding with contextual analysis. Al-Sa'di placed great emphasis on the cultivation of moral virtues as a means of individual and societal improvement. His teachings highlighted the importance of fulfilling one's duties towards both God and fellow humans, and he viewed the pursuit of knowledge, particularly religious knowledge, as a fundamental obligation for Muslims. Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophy challenges traditional morality and religion. He famously proclaimed, "God is dead," suggesting that modern scientific thinking had undermined the basis for belief in God. Nietzsche proposed that the primary driving force in humans is the will to power, a desire to grow and reach one's full potential. The concept of the Übermensch represents Nietzsche's ideal of a person who has overcome human limitations and lives life on their own terms. His thought experiment of eternal recurrence suggests living life as if every moment would recur eternally. Nietzsche criticized traditional Judeo-Christian morality as a slave morality that suppresses human potential and argued that there are no objective facts, only interpretations. Abdul Rahman al-Sa'di's writings have become foundational texts in many Islamic educational institutions, particularly in Saudi Arabia. His work has significantly influenced modern Salafi thought, contributing to a revival of interest in early Islamic texts and practices. Al-Sa'di's emphasis on moral development based on Islamic principles has provided a structured ethical framework for many Muslims, influencing personal conduct and social interactions. Friedrich Nietzsche is considered a forerunner of existentialist philosophy, influencing thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. His critique of absolute truth laid the groundwork for postmodern thought, influencing fields from philosophy to literary criticism. Nietzsche's ideas about the unconscious mind and human drives influenced the development of psychoanalysis, particularly the work of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. His critique of traditional values has shaped cultural and social criticism, encouraging re-evaluation of established norms and institutions. Both thinkers emphasize the importance of individual moral development, albeit through very different frameworks. Al-Sa'di's ideas are firmly rooted in Islamic theology, while Nietzsche's philosophy rejects traditional religious frameworks. Al-Sa'di advocates for a morality based on divine guidance, while Nietzsche calls for a radical re-evaluation of moral values. Al-Sa'di's influence is primarily within Islamic contexts, While Nietzsche's ideas have had a broader impact on Western and global thought, Al-Sadi's approach to Islamic scholarship continues to influence contemporary Islamic reform movements. His emphasis on ethical behavior and social responsibility provides a framework for Muslims engaging with diverse societies. Al-Sadi's educational philosophy is relevant to ongoing efforts to reform Islamic education systems, and his moderate interpretations